Hey everyone, and welcome to the club. Today I'll be showing you how to draw Chibi Aquaman from the Justice League. Let's get started on the left side with the eyelid. So we're going to start on the outside, and we'll curve down and in towards the middle. From here we're going to take this point and just curve it upwards for a little frown line, going up. Let's leave a gap in the center and do the same thing on the right side. So we start with the top of the frown line, curve down and in. Now we're going to curve the upper eyelid on the right side. Let's layer the eyes underneath the eyelid. So we start on the left side, stepping over towards the right, and draw a half circle coming into this point here. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to draw the iris in the inside of the eye. Starting from the top, moving over, we're going to curve around towards the bottom. Now we'll do the same thing on the right side, starting from the bottom. Tuck this in underneath the eyelid. Now on the top left, we're going to draw a little circle for a highlight. Starting on the left side, draw a circle. Do the same thing on the right side, but this is going to get tucked in underneath the eyelid. Now in behind the highlight, we're going to draw in the pupil. So at the side and bottom of the highlight, we're going to circle around, drawing a small circle, and then we'll color that in black. Let's do the same thing on the right, starting at the bottom, circle around, and then we'll color that in black. Let's go back to the left side and draw in the eyebrow. So from the end here, we're going to curve up and in. So it's going to taper up towards the top, and we'll curve that back down about halfway along this frown line, curving down. We'll do the same thing on the right side. We're going to add a little notch here. Starting from the inside, curve up towards the top. We'll curve down and in towards the top of the eyelid, and then we're going to curve it back out. Now we take this point and curve down towards the side of the eyelid. Let's add a little eye bag underneath the eyes. So from this corner here, we're just going to curve down and out. Same thing on the right side. Now down in between the eyes, just down here, we're going to draw on the nose. Start with a U shape. On the left side, we're going to step down and just curl around like a C. We'll do the opposite on the right side, curving around. Let's take the sides of the nostril and draw a curve for the upper part of the mustache. Curving out and down. On the right side. Now we take these points and curve up just beside the eyebrow. Curving around and then up. Let's take these 2 points and just curve back out and then back up towards the top. So on the left side, curve back out and then up. Same thing on the right side. Now we take these points and curve down towards the widow's peak in the middle. So on the left side, curving up, and then down and towards the middle. Same thing on the right side. Underneath the nose, we're going to step down and draw a point. From this point, we're going to curve down and out towards the left. Do the same thing on the right, curving down and out towards the right. Now we're going to curve these down towards the bottom and then up and towards the middle. Curving down and then up, almost like a half circle. Do the same thing on the right side. Curving around. Underneath this point, we're going to step down and draw on the bottom lip. A little curve going across. From this point, we're going to angle up and tuck this in underneath the bottom lip. Do the same thing on the right side. Let's take these 2 points on the temple and just curve and round out going downwards. From here, curve out and then down. Do the same thing on the right side. Underneath here, we're going to layer in the beard. So halfway along this line, we're going to curve down underneath the chin here. Down. And as we get towards the bottom, we'll just pull it downwards. Do the same thing on the right. So halfway down this curve, curving around and in, and then we'll just pull that down. Let's add the hairs along the bottom of the beard here. On the left side, we'll curve up. Now we're going to go in the opposite direction, curving over towards the right, and we'll curve that back up. Let's go in the opposite direction, curving down towards the bottom, and then we're going to pull this back up towards the right. We're going to curve in the opposite direction again, curving down. Curve that back up. Now we're just going to connect it to the bottom point here with a little curve. Let's go back up to the top and draw the hair brushed over towards the left. Starting from the widow's peak, I'm going to curve out towards the right, and then around, and then down towards the side of the head. Curving out towards the right, back towards the left, around, and then down. We're going to add some hairs up in here. So we're going to move over, curving out towards the left. We'll do another one, stepping over, curving out towards the left. Now we're going to draw one more hair strand going across this way. So at the top of this curve, we go over towards the right, and then we'll just pull that all the way down to the hairline. Let's go back up to the top and just draw a curve for the right side of the head. Going around, and then just pulling it down towards the side of the head there. Up in here, we're going to add some more hair strands. So stepping over, curve up, move over again, and just draw a short curve going upwards. Just below the eye on the side here, we draw two dots. So one black dot, then we'll step up and draw a second one. Before we finish off the hair, let's work in the body. So on the left side of the beard, we're going to curve out and then down towards the left. Go to the right side, and curving down and out towards the right. In the middle here, we're going to add in the belt buckle. So in the middle, we're going to step up, draw a point. From this point, I'm going to curve out and then down towards the left. And at the same starting point, we'll curve out and down towards the right. Let's take those 2 points and curve them inward. Curving them down and in on both sides. Now we're going to work our way back up on the inside. So on the bottom on the left, we're going to curve it up. We'll draw a curve going up and towards the middle. Let's do the same thing on the right. Curving down, and then just pulling this down towards the bottom point. Let's take this points on the hips and curve them in towards that center point of the belt buckle on either side. Now we're going to add the top part of the belt. So we're going to step up and draw that same curve going in behind the belt buckle. Let's add some detail on the sides of the shoulder here. So about halfway down the body, I'm going to curve in and then up underneath the beard. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to add one strap going across the chest this way. So from the corner of the belt, we're going to curve up and then underneath the beard. Draw that same curve just below it. Curving up and across. And here we're going to draw one going the opposite direction. So right here, we're going to draw one line going straight in towards the top of the strap, and then one more right beside it. Let's add a few more of these lines in the inside. So we're going to start at the top, curving across, and we'll draw one more in between. We'll do the same thing for the strap here. We're just going to draw one line going down the middle. In this open area here, we're going to add a little bit of tattoo detail. So starting just above this line, we're going to draw a zigzag, coming down to the line, back up. We'll just repeat this all the way across the top. And right there, we're going to color the bottom triangles in black. Starting from the bottom, draw the color in the middle, and then we'll fill in the top. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting up here, angling in, going up, down, and then we'll pull that up underneath the beard and up to the outside of the body. We'll add one little line in here. Now we're going to color the bottom triangles in black. Let's draw a little tattoo hook on this side here. From the bottom of this curve, we're going to curve in towards the belt buckle, and then we're going to taper it back out. Going to the side of the body, we'll fill that in black. Do the same thing on the left side, just behind the strap here. From the top, we're going to curve in behind the strap. We're going to step down and just aim toward that same point, and we'll fill that in black. At the bottom here, you'll see a little bit poking out, so we're just going to draw a little hook and go back up, and we'll fill that in black. Now let's draw in the arms. About halfway down the body on the side here, we're going to curve down and out toward the left. At the bottom, we're going to do a little half circle for the thumb. Curving around. At the end of the thumb, we're going to draw a little bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, we're going going to swirl around that bracket and just pull a curve going up for the first finger. We're going to layer the fingers going out towards the side. Coming down, curving up. We'll do that one more time. Now we're going to pull this line all the way up in towards the side of the body. Curling around the finger, and we're going to pull this in towards the side of the body, leaving a little gap on the top. We're going to step down to right about here and draw the shoulder, curving up and underneath the head. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Lining up the inside of the arm, curve down and out. We'll round out the thumb with a half circle, and then we'll draw a little bracket. At the bottom of the thumb, swirl around the bracket, pull this curve going up. Step down, another curve, and then the final curve, we're going to go all the way up in towards the inside of the body. Starting on the outside, curving around, and pulling that in. We're going to draw the shoulder, so we're going to start at the top, underneath the head, and curve it down in behind the arm. Let's add in some arm detail. So at the wrist line here, we're going to draw a curve from the outside of the arm, going up, and then in just above the thumb. Do the same thing on the right side. From this point here, we're going to curve in towards the inside of the arm. Curving across. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Now we're going to add some stripes along the arm here. Just taking the same curve and just drawing it just above it. We're going to draw one more in between. We'll do the same thing on the right side, starting from the top, curving across, and then one more just underneath. In the shoulder area, you're going to draw a couple curves going downwards. Starting from the outside of the shoulder, curve it down, step up, and draw that same curve, and we'll draw that one more time, going across. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the inside, we'll curve to the outside of the arm, stepping up, and then one final time. Let's go back up and finish off the hair. So from this side on the left, we're going to step over, so there's a slight overlap. We're going to curve out, in, and then out at the bottom. Let's do the same thing on the right side. So we're going to overlap, curving out, in, and then out. Back to the left side, we're going to draw the bottom of the hair. So from this point, we're going to curve up and just taper it out. We're going to go in the opposite direction, curving inwards. We'll curve that back up, and then one final curve in behind the arm. We'll do the same thing on the right side. Taking this point, curving up, going the opposite direction, coming in, we'll pull that back up so it's tapering out, and we'll pull that back in behind the arm. Let's work our way down the legs. So just below the buckle, just down here, we draw a curve from left to right for the lower torso. On the left side, we're going to step in and draw a curve going out and down towards the heel. Do the same thing on the right side. Now at the bottom, we're going to draw a curve for the bottom of the foot. From the heel to the toe, draw a curve going down the middle and then back up. Do the same thing on the right side. And we're going to take these points, curve the top of the foot, and then go in towards the inside of the leg. Starting on the left side, we're going to go up and then pull it down, aiming towards the heel. From here, we're going to blend a curve going back up. Let's do the same thing on the right side. We're going to start on the inside, curving down, up towards the top of the foot, and we're going to round out the top of the toe, coming down to the front. From the hips, we want to draw a curve for the outside of the leg, coming down towards the top of the curve. Curving down towards the left, and then down towards the right. Let's add a little trim onto the bottom of the leg. Right here, we're going to step up and just follow that same curve from the outside to the inside. Do the same thing on the right. At the bottom of the feet, I'm going to take this curve and just duplicate it above it for the sole. Do the same thing on the right. Now across the foot, we're going to draw a curve. From this point here, we'll curve down and then back. Do that same curve right beside it. Do the same thing on the right. From this point, we'll curve backwards, stepping down, draw that same curve. On the side of the leg, we're going to add a little trim. So from this point, we're going to step in, following that same curve down towards the top of the leg. Same thing on the right. Let's add a couple straps along the thigh here. So below this curve, we're going to step down, draw a curve going down and towards this line. Step down and draw that same curve going across. Do the same thing on the left side. Starting from this line, we'll curve it in, and we'll duplicate it just below it. Let's add a little bit of tattoo detail in the shoulders. So we're going to start in this area here, from the corner. We're going to draw a little zigzag going across. Come down, go up towards the top line, and then down. We're going to color the bottom triangles in black. Let's do the same thing on the right side. Starting from the top, angling down, going up, come down, and then we'll pull that back up. Let's color the bottom triangles in black. We're going to do the same thing on the bottom area here. Starting from the top corner, we're going to come down an angle, go up towards this little center point, and angle it back down. We're going to color the bottom triangles in black. Let's do the same thing on the right. Starting from the top, angling down, up, down, and we'll pull that back up. Again, coloring the bottom triangles in black. And then one final time in this little area here, we're going to take the center point, angle down, go back up, and angle down. We'll color this little area in black. We'll do the same thing on the right. Starting from the center here, angling down, and over towards the right. We'll color that bottom area in black. Now we're going to add some scales on the inner part of the arm here. Starting at the top, we're going to draw a little U shape. From the bottom of that U, I'm going to curve down and up towards the left, and then down and out towards the right. We'll draw one more curve out here, going down and out towards that line. We're just going to repeat this below it. So right here, from the bottom of that curve, and then back up, go down and up. We'll do the same thing on the left side. Let's do the same thing over here. So in this little gap here, we draw a little U shape. From the bottom of the U, we'll curve in, curve over towards the right, and we'll do the same thing down here. Curving down, connecting the bottom curves, going down. We're going to add a little detail at the back of the hands here. So from the corner of the wrist, we're going to curve down towards the knuckles. We'll just pull that up towards the wristband. Do the same thing on the right. Starting from this corner, curving down, and then tucking that in underneath. I'm going to add two little belt straps on the belt buckle here. So on the left, I'm going to draw two lines side by side, and then the same thing on the right. And that is pretty much it. There we have it. There's Chibi Aquaman from the Justice League. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Make sure you subscribe and send us your requests in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.